Hi guys, Demonic Angel. Not sure how this lighting will look. I have a new light that hangs down from the ceiling, so I'm hoping that that looks better. We'll give it a try. At the very least, since I can see myself, I think it kind of, shows off the fact that I actually do have red hair. At least I always have some kind of red in it. Now it's like super red. Anyway, I really wasn't sure if you could see that from some of the other lighting I've used and things like that, but my channel is pretty casual, so I'm not, focused on theatrics primarily. But I had to jump on and, leave my computer running while I talk to you guys because I just had to tell this totally true story. I actually kind of referenced this a couple days ago on a video I posted where this guy, his name on YouTube was Magick Sorcerer, and I think that I came across him on one of my other, cult friends pages. Checked out his videos because I'm always looking, at what other people are saying. And so I was, watching all his videos. It was really neat. He likes to go to different cemeteries at night, and sometimes he'll do little EVP sessions, sigil drawing, pagan kind of theme stuff, and just a really, really neat person that I resonate with. So, I just went through and said, hey, I really like all your content, it's great. I guess he likes my stuff too, because he said, I like your tarot stuff, which is a real compliment because that's a big, thing for me. Tarot is like my favorite kind of personal. Tarot and necromancy are like my number one favorite kind of subject. So, I went on and I go, well, I haven't seen him post any videos in a while, and then I realized his channel was just kind of changed or gone or something like that. I think it might have been just gone. And I was like, oh, and I didn't really think much about it. Another week goes by, and I was looking for that, content, and typed that in, and instead I actually came across another gentleman who I chat with now. I'd say we're well on our way to becoming good friends. But, similar content. I mean, with a name like Magick Sorcerer, it doesn't leave much to the imagination about what the channel should be about. And I thought it was really great. I was really surprised. And I just mentioned this because I wasn't sure when this email happened which of these gentlemen I was actually talking to. Because I just, wasn't sure because they both had that similar name of Magick Sorcerer. Well, it turns out that, the one other side note of interest is that the Magick Sorcerer, the original outdoorsman kind of guy, him and I really kind of, I think we bonded over how we'd fast for different spirits. And I just thought that was really cool because people always say, I want this from a god, a demon. I want, but it's like, what do you do to kind of line up that lifestyle change? What kind of sacrifice, would you make, to and for your God in this kind of relationship? So I just think that it was kind of almost like that feeling like, hey, I'm not fasting alone when I talk to my gods. Other people can relate to this. It was just really a kind of a neat feeling. First time I think I've ever really discussed that subject with somebody who felt the same way. So, I'm sitting at my computer and my computer's on some days later, and I get an email pop up from Magick Sorcerer. Now the original gentleman, he actually changed his name to Journey into Darkness. And I'm going to put a link to his video below, because then you guys will really see this whole story, you know, as the way it pertains on his channel. So he changed his name, but the email pops up, you know, Black Magick Sorcerer, like that's who the email's from. And it's like, hey, have you updated, this is how the email really goes. Hey, have you updated your tarot playlist? And this is odd, but what are you picking up from me right now? Just need some spiritual confirmation with those little glasses emojis. It's like a smiley face with the sunglasses. And so I'm like, my reply literally is just, oh shit, I guess I haven't done that in a minute. I think I'm getting close. Like, I believe I'm 8 cards away from being totally done, meaning going through each individual card of the Rider-Waite deck, and then I'm going to still do tarot combinations, and I mean, I'm going to be doing tarot for a long time. But I said, hey, I'll be sure and update it pretty soon, because I know it makes it easier to search for my content that way. And so I thought, you know what, as far as, you know, and I even thought to myself, I'm not sure which of these guys I'm talking to. But, you know, hey, later when I'm having some coffee and I just kind of, or, you know, the mood strikes me later, I'll just, you know, tap into this guy's energy and do a little bit of a reading. So that was, you know, the conscious thought that ran through my mind. But I didn't even actually have a chance to, like, go, you know, stand up and stretch and get some coffee, because this vision just overcame me. So I go, you know, I type my spaces, you know, like, no, I'll update my playlist later. And then I tell him about what happened, which is that as I'm sitting here, I saw like this really strong vision, and it was really intense, because it was like almost like a psychedelic, you know, trip kind of a moment. Just really that strong, especially coming from a living person, is kind of unusual. You know, it's not usually such, you know, so intense. It can be with other empaths, so, you know, go figure. But I saw this ball of light, so it's like a silhouette of a, you know, the guy, my friend. I actually don't know what he looks like. I actually did tell him, well, hey, I think this is kind of what you were like in your last life a little bit. I just put it out there, and he said, oh, that really resonates with me. And so you know, I've actually been able to tap into his energy a little bit before, but in this case, you know, it was like his shadow. Like, you think of shadow people. That's what this vision was. And then in front of him, it's like a big fire. Well, I shouldn't say big, not like a bonfire, but like a fire in front of the person. And I say, I'm going to just read you the email that I sent to him. I sensed a very intense ball of light, like a bright candle or small fire. The man, you, were focusing very intensely on this fire. You are playing with magic more intensely than ever before. There is a frenzied feeling for you. You are experiencing spiritual ecstasy and channeling profound truths. Sounds like a fun time. And that's what I said. And I sent him this email. And that's really what I thought was like. I thought because the energy was so strong, like I mentioned, like a small moment of a psychedelic trip, I thought, you know, this frenzied, very intense energy, like just like when people really do maybe a series of rituals, or they, after a period of kind of isolation and loss, they come, you know, that's almost like they bounce back with a vengeance, and they're really trying to look at their ego, and it's just this, it's like a manic energy is probably the best way I would describe the way I felt like that this is just like, there's, for this guy, he's like experiencing just this absolute frenzy, but it's also this divine feeling. And I think kind of playing off of ego in some way, but it's just that intense. And I knew, like, I didn't even know which person I was talking to, so that's what makes it even funnier. And I just thought but anyway, that was a big, summary of the reading, was just a man, shadowed man with a fire in front of him, and just the frantic energy, the body movements, and then I saw him like tossing, something onto, fuel, for the fire. And that was really I explained to him what I saw, and that, the feeling that I got from it, like, wow, you're really having this profound time. Now, with him being gone off his channel and whatever, I just, think, hey, people need a break, they want to reinvent themselves, whatever. I'm just happy that he's back. I really enjoy his content, and I love just seeing regular people practicing the left-hand path. Just a man or a woman, practicing. That's what I love. So, yeah, anyway, that's what I sent to him. Sounds like a fun time. And then he says to me, funny you should say that. Watch for my next video out later today. Smiley face, thank you, thumbs up, heart. And I say back, this is the last, kind of interaction, is that no problem at all. Always a pleasure. I'm just putting up a video now, which is what I was doing online, in the first place. I'll be watching your videos as usual, too. Have fun with your profound revelations. Channel that inner mad scientist. And I was just discussing Dr. Robert Cornish a few days ago, and that's what that made me think of, but made me think of the magician card, this kind of stuff, almost like a mad scientist. I think definitely a feeling of maybe dabbling in the occult a little bit, but really becoming just immersed, accepting the occult as a big part of one's identity is very liberating. And I kind of suspect part of that what was happening. But the link in the description below is to my friend, and his name is Journey into Darkness. Well, his name's Magnus, but that's his channel. And what he does is he does this ritual. So I see he uploads later that day. It's his ritual. But he does a lot of outdoor stuff, so it's like him going out there, and then he just starts like creepy whistling, all this stuff, and when he gets to a certain spot in the woods, he just starts, he collects his sticks or whatever, his little logs, and he lights a fire. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that really is crazy. And even, he just acknowledged that he felt like he needed, he wanted to reach out to me before this ritual, just for spiritual confirmation. And I really thought that was really neat. Honestly, that's some of the most fun I've had yet, as far as just, this channel goes, because it was really a cool moment, because the way that he really approached it was just, so, what do you see now? Like, what vibes do you get? And just in that instant reaction that feels to me like it's outside of space and time, I was just able to tap into that. And the big thing is the element of fire, and I think it's really purifying him. And in this case, this heightened spiritual kind of ecstasy combined with, he's clearly doing a ritual to, I think, make some really hard emotional experiences more real when we put them into our ritual and it's a really healthy way of moving. Well, I should say for processing things, and so that's, I mean, it really requires a degree of openness that that is, you know, is really healing. It's just that most people choose to remain, you know, closed, and so they don't perceive that they could, you know, literally heal themselves. I've had a lot of good fun with you guys. You know, from the chats to, I mean, there's just this one guy too, he's the Hermit, and he really comments, I think probably on every few videos, because I know I put out a lot of them, but he's just like, gives these really in-depth, you know, comments, and he just seems like such a caring person, but I mean, he really knows this kind of stuff very well, and I'm like, that I love that kind of, you know, interaction where it's just somebody else who is, you know, familiar with these subjects. I mean, that's what I'm here for. So now, actually, so the end of my story is that now my other friend, who, you know, his actual name is Black Magick Sorcerer. And what the heck, I'll link his channel in the description, because if you're not subscribed to these two gentlemen, I think you should definitely check out their channels, because I enjoy their content. One's kind of an outdoorsman, and the other is just a, he's very much like a guru kind of you know, do-it-yourself occultist. I mean, kind of like myself. So that's, you know, pretty much what his channel is. And now he actually emailed me the following day, so now I know, you know, okay, I was like, yeah, that's you. And I'm gonna do a reading for him, probably later tonight, or I'll just know when I'm ready to do a reading. You know, but I mean, I'm not gonna like wait till like next month or something. You know, it'll be like a mood in the next couple days. Maybe I'd end up staying up late and, you know, having that alone time, and then I'll just do a reading like that way. Or sometimes it can even just be like I'll step outside for a moment to get a little bit of fresh air, and then that kind of stuff will come to me. So it was really interesting with my friend how much I was able to just tap into his energy. And yeah, it's a real pleasure, you know, being friends with you guys in all these different capacities. I wanted to share that experience, and my friends' channels are, you know, linked in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later.